Hello everybody, welcome back to another Lost Ark video. It's Friday, it's Arkonomics day. I'm not super pumped about it because nothing has really changed. There's still a million bots, but is what it is, the show must go on. Blue crystal prices for NA West. And again, I'm gonna give you guys a little... I know most people don't need this little rundown on how the exchange works, but I had an absolute genius last week comment about how this isn't the real price of blue crystals or whatever. And I'm just gonna give you a little ELI5. So this tab right here, purchase gold, these are all the lowest buy offers right now. Makes sense? If I were to sell royal crystals into blue crystals without waiting, I would do it at this highest price, so 4K. If I were to buy crystals and I wanted to buy them instantly without any waiting whatsoever, the price up here is the price you would insta-buy them at. Obviously, I show the same screen every week, and I usually only look at the crystal purchase offer tab, where you would be relevant if you were buying blue crystals. Because whenever I buy blue crystals, you do this. Right? If I want to buy blue crystals, I put 1 gold above whatever the highest price is down here. I click, boom, boom, there you see my offer. 100 blue crystals, 4,003 gold. This is the price that I would buy. If you're insta-buying, I mean, you know what you're doing, right? Both sides each want to get the most bang for their buck, so you're incentivized to list if you're selling or list if you're buying. I don't know why I need to say this, and it is what it is, but I'm just tired of the state of some people's obsession with being right over things when it doesn't really matter. At best, that was a semantic argument. Moving on, that's how the blue crystal exchange works. You're looking at about 4K blue crystal prices, 4.1K if you want to go for insta-buy. Amazing. Hey, I'm just so sick of, people, I think in general, period. That's the end of the statement. I'm sick of people. And it sucks. But it is what it is. The show must go on. As far as prices of things go, I'm gonna open up with fish. Fish haven't really done jack shit, as you can see. Average price for the last 5 days, 67 gold. It was 64 gold a couple days ago. Doesn't really matter. Hasn't really changed, all intents and purposes. Solar carp is like 10 gold. I bought a bunch of 10 gold, so that's why it price is 11 gold, but you can see it's about the same. Always gotta remember Oreja solar carp and red flesh fish are linked together, because you can convert red flesh fish into solar carp via the trade skill merchant in your stronghold. Pearls are also 3 gold. Wish there were 1 gold, but sad life we live. As far as Oreja prices go, again, not much has changed, and I don't expect much to change until either mass gold sink gets added to the game. Like, I mean a massive gold sink. And no, I don't consider elixirs to be a massive gold sink, because the reality of it is, you're going to get more than enough gold per week to cover your personal elixir rolling. It's only if you go into the additional territory of needing to buy additional elixir crafts from the auction house, or additional crafts from the end reward boxes, that's when you start running into gold issue problems with elixirs. I think for the vast majority of people, this is going to not be relevant. And I think for the people who it is going to be relevant for, i.e. the people who are buying the extra rolls and trying to min-max the amount of elixirs they get, it's probably going to be 2 subset of people. You have the subset of people who have way too much gold to begin with, whether that be because they sell buses or otherwise, and then you have the subset of people who are roster level 150 that is or 1650 item level with a plus 25 Econ weapon. And gold doesn't really exist to them either. As they just hit up my good friend and get some gold from them. So my point being, I don't think elixirs are a very good gold sink. I think even if Golden Frog had been added with this patch, I don't think that would have been a good enough of a gold sink either. That's just a personal thing. But I think what really needs to happen is, because you can even see it now with weapon crystals deflating. So now the only honing material that's still worth money is leapstones, which is interesting. And I know 48 gold, 47 gold is still a good amount for redstones, but you have to understand these were like 60 plus gold just a week ago. So for the mass amount of redstones to be deflated, like it cut their value by like 20% or some shit, right? That's a massive loss. I mean, obviously you can make the argument that people are done honing their weapon, but again, I don't think the argument really holds too well when leapstones are still as expensive as they are. Though, I do think more people are trying to spread out their honing, so that could be a reason why as well. You can kind of see it also in the prices of blue stones. They have went up. They used to be like solid 3 gold, now they're 5 gold. And I definitely do think more people are finally starting to focus on their armors rather than their weapons, because people are blow gamers, that's not a surprise. And their armors are a bunch of free item levels comparatively to their weapon, so I think a lot of people are probably trying to squeeze out a little bit of extra item level there. So it could make sense as to why. I just think like 20% of their value in a week is pretty high. And again, stuff like this applies to your own region individually, so it's best to, I mean, listen to what I'm saying in a vacuum. It's here to provoke thoughts of your own, not just blindly listen to some dude on the internet. It's always good to have your own thoughts and opinions on things, and that's what I'm going to go with. As far as leapstones go, leapstones are still very expensive. And level 10 damage gems are still incredibly expensive as well, just level 10 gems in general. They have went down a little bit. They used to be closer to 470, 480k. They're down to 460k, a couple, well, one. Then 465, 466, 467, 467, or 470 again. So, I don't know. And another argument people like to use, which just makes no sense, is people have nothing else to spend their gold on because they're not honing. So, they put their extra gold into gems, but again, like I said, that makes no sense because leapstones are 200 gold each. So people aren't honing, but radiant leapstones are 205 gold each right now. Make it make sense. It doesn't. Because something that is completely out of a regular person's economic prediction / control is just not being taken into account. You know what I'm saying? Is what it is. We will see how next week plays out with elixirs being unlocked, since we don't have them currently this week. I don't think there's going to be a mass price change. If anything, I do think honing materials might start to crash. Maybe not immediately next week, but I definitely think the demand for them will start to go down. Leapstones, when I talk honing mats, I mean mostly leapstones. It's interesting to see, though. We'll have to see to be sure. And obviously, I can't predict what Amazon will or will not do, or Smilegate Amazon, Smiles on, what they will or will not do with bots. So, it's very volatile. Anything could happen. As always, I think that's it for this week's episode. I'll see you guys all in the next one. Adios.